Okay, some people probably have some issues cloning some of the hurd repos. I do, and I will show you what I mean. So, the hurd, instead of using a system call like Linux, or I guess called a syscall, they use what is called a RPC, a remote procedure call. All that means is one process on the computer, say Firefox or some other program. Let's just say Firefox. Let's say Firefox wants to save a file to your downloads folder. And on Linux, the kernel would provide some of that ability. It would just the kernel process would find out Firefox wants to save a file, and it would save it. On the hurd, it's a little more different. The Firefox process would attempt to save the file, and instead of mock saving it directly, it would be a hurd process. Probably the file system server would attempt to save the file, and then the file system server would probably need to get permission from mock to do some things. Maybe I'm explaining that poorly, but you know, a system call, you can think of it as just a straight line very quickly. A remote procedure call, Firefox wants to save something, and as it's doing, I want to save, it has to jump over here and request access, and then it can save. So it's a little bit slower. Anyway, glibc is what I'm trying to clone right now. Glibc is a C library for the GNU project, and various programming routines that are Unixy are implemented in the C library and sort of transformed on the fly into remote procedure calls. Now, I've tried to clone it with mock, and I'm getting this weird remote. I've never been able to clone it with mock for some reason. I've always had a weird issue. And as far as I understand, this is the latest version of the hurd. I've just never been able to clone glibc. But I was able to clone it locally. Programming, GNU, hurd, glibc. Here it is. It's locally. It's being cloned. No, let me change this real quick. Right now I am on branch. Thinking about it. I'm not on the proper branch here. Yeah. So we're gonna go to master. Okay. So when you clone glibc, all you see is a README. And the README just says, hey, we're using topget, see this, understand how to use it. You want to start from this branch. Okay, cool, fair enough. This failed to work, but it's okay because this is locally on my Linux machine. I want to transfer this glibc to the hurd machine, which you can do fairly easily, allegedly. hurd.org, transfer files from host to QEMU. So here's how you do it. Good thing to know too. When you want to do this, make sure you are not running the virtual machine like I am here. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Cool. So while that's shutting down, I'm going to try to get this stuff. Well, actually, I'll just wait. I'll wait till it, shouldn't take too long. Trying to reboot, it's going to fail because I told QEMU to not allow it to reboot. Programming, GNU, hurd, VM. Okay, so that's the image that I'm using. These are probably things I can go ahead and delete, but I haven't deleted them. So you do this thing, fdisk-l, Debian hurd, nope, really? Debian hurd, there we go, fdisk-l sudo. Okay, sector size, 512 bytes, cool. So basically, what I'm doing here, this is my virtual machine image. It's about 5 gigabytes. I'm going to find this spot right here. This is my swap. Swap is just a part, oh gosh. Okay, so I need to explain some more words for some people here. So we have partitions here. Looks like we have 3 of them. A partition is just a enclosure of your hard disk. So my computer, let me show you. The main purpose of this is if you want to boot 2 different operating systems. So say you wanted to dual boot, say Parabola GNU/Linux and Trisco GNU/Linux. You would need at least 2 partitions to make that possible. One partition would have Trisco, another partition would have Parabola. So here they're doing it because they need a swap partition. The swap partition is if you run out of memory, of RAM memory, you can write some of that information to disk so you don't crash. So that's what this is for. An extended partition, you don't really need to know too much about that. You can kind of forget about that. And let's see here. This is what I'm looking for. So right now, I am trying to get to the start and the end, and I'm trying to mount this partition on my host. That way I can write to it, because Linux understands extension 2. So here we go. So you take the number of sectors beginning of the partition, multiply it by the sector size. The partition starts at 1955840. Copy. Times 512 is the sector size. Oh. Oops. That's the. So sorry, you're not. This is not making any sense. So this is the command that I'm going to end up running, right? So I'm going to mount that partition locally. Okay, that was for mounting like the web page thing, I guess. Anyway, so I'm mounting this partition, or not that partition, this partition locally, and I'm going to mount it by saying, hey, look into the partition of this image, start it right here, and just go ahead and mount it right here. So sudo mount -o. Let's see here, yank in our word. Paste. So mount -o loop offset equals some number. It'll differ depending on your thing. So you find your partition you want to mount, there it is. Find your sector size, 512, multiply it by that. That's how you get that number. And then you specify your image, Debian hurd, and specify where you want it to mount. MNT, we'll go disk image. Disk image does not exist, that's okay. CD MNT hurd VM. Okay, that works. We can do that. mnt hurd VM. Oh, actually, what's in the hurd VM? Sudo touch hurd. That works. Remove directory hurd VM. There we go. Loop. Okay. Hurd. Nope. Failed to set up loop device. Maybe I got the number wrong. That's weird. There, I'm just mounting it. I'm going to try MNT. No. This is so weird. Let's see here. GNU hurd transfer files from host. I found out this information on I found this information on the hurd website somewhere. CD programming. We're going to touch, we'll say hurd. Mount point is not a directory. Oh, it needs to be a directory? Remove hurd, make directory, hurd. Hey, it worked. CD hurd. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's go back here and say that for some reason it needs to be a directory. Okay. Then you mount the device on a directory, not a file. Good to know. So now, CD programming, CD GNU hurd. Okay, copy glibc into VM hurd home Joshua programming copy -r. Cannot create directory in that spot. Okay, I'll try just a sudo. Okay, now let's go to VM hurd home Joshua programming. There it is, glibc. Would you check it out? Okay, so now I've successfully moved the hurd. I've successfully moved my repository of glibc onto the VM. So that's how you can mount the VM image and move files to it. So you mount program Really? I don't know why bash does that. Programming, GNU, hurd. Where did I do that at? On home programming GNU hurd VM hurd. Okay, umount home Joshua programming GNU VM hurd. Okay, so now when I go into programming GNU hurd VM, nothing there. Remove directory hurd. Cool. So now I should be able to start the hurd and check out glibc inside the hurd VM. And if you've ever had issues cloning the hurd from inside mock and you wanted to mess with glibc inside the hurd, now you know how to do it. Pretty cool, right? We're late for this thing to boot, and I'll double check that it's actually there, but it should have worked. Okay. Cool. There it is. Get branch. Way to like list branches. Ha. Get branch list. That wasn't very helpful. But yeah, I guess I have it. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Let's check out top-get real quick, because I'm very curious. Cat readme. Let's see here. Copy URL. Oh. Maybe this is how you're supposed to do this? Get init, get remote add Savannah, get remote update, top get remote populate Savannah, remote Savannah can now follow top get branches from get. I feel like this is how you're supposed to do it. That's weird. Let's find out. I wonder if I bet that's how you're supposed to, I wonder why you can't just do a get clone. That's weird. Whatever. Anyway, you know it works. Try this out. This might actually be the way you're supposed to do it. Anyway, talk to you later.